Give me a shot of Corpse Cast and a bottle of anything. To go.
You got.
Avoid fainting. Keep repeating. It's only a podcast. Only a podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 383 of the Corpse Cast. I'm Mike, and over there we have the manliest meat castle who ever was, Matt Wall. Matthew, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you so much. How are you doing, meaty meat man, Mike?
No. We talked about this last time. Only I get to make the introductions. Meaty meat man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that too, though.
That's a cool mug. That's a coffee mug.
Meaty meat man.
Or a bib at like a steakhouse.
Manliest meat castle who ever walked the earth. Yeah. I like that one a lot. Dude, no, everything's good. How was your Halloween?
The most uneventful fucking day of the year.
Oh, really?
Like nothing was going on out here.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure if I went out and found something to do, there would have been something to do. But no, it was more of like a just chill, watching stuff.
That's kind of what I did. I went trick-or-treating. But that's the best kind. Yeah, I mean, not me, brother. I bullied children. Okay, you know, bullying children is good for them. Nobody can take any bullying anymore. I figure if I bully a few kids for their, of course they're my stepkids, so I'm not like bullying random children. Ooh, that'd be rough. I can see myself doing that too, though. No, but I'm pretty pumped because I don't know if you know this about me, but Christmas horror movies are my favorite of all time. And once that calendar turns from October to November, brother, it's over.
Yeah, got to get some Goldberg up in here, huh?
I don't know what Goldberg is.
Santa's sleigh.
Oh, yes. Duh. Oh, yeah, you're talking Bill. Oh my gosh. You know what
William.
You know what? Mr. William Goldberg, which is a funny name for, I thought, because I said Christmas, and here he's bringing up some Jewish dude. I'm like, I had no idea what you were talking about there. No, all those are great. I cannot wait. So yeah, I love that stuff. But you know what's so funny is the older I get, I feel like the less changes between what I do on a weeknight and a weekend night. It's practically the same outside of going out every once in a while. But I just want to get home and watch these movies, man. You know what I love about movies? Rape.
Oh, we went right there. I thought you were going to say the pause button.
Oh,
no.
No, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a joke. Okay, we got a double take for you here today. It's we're talking about. So Matthew, why don't you describe what you were thinking for the subject of this episode?
Okay, Michael, thank you so much for that segue there. I think what we were going to do today is talk about two films, The Virgin Spring and Last House on the Left. And Wes Craven has been very, very vocal ever since Last House was made, that it was his modern day interpretation of a movie that technically only came out like 11 years or 12 years before.
That's crazy to me.
Isn't it nuts, dude?
Well, yeah, if we don't talk about that now, we have to talk about that because just the difference between the two movies, and it's like, God, the 60s must have been the fucking mess, man, because for that to come out in 60 and then also, okay, anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real. But I just think it's... because I know on a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, especially with Last House on the Left, and it being one of like the most influential films that I've ever seen,
right?
And just one of my all-time favorites, not necessarily because of the subject matter, but how it's done. Like taking a look at this in the scope of The Virgin Spring might bring a little freshness to talking about Last House.
I totally agree with you. And so when we're talking about this, though, I don't know. I mean, it's obvious when you read about it. It's obvious when you go and listen. So I read some interviews with that Wes Craven did about it, and he would bring up this is my version of the Virgin Spring.
Mhm.
But you know what? For some reason I've never heard of it as a remake or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, I have no idea why not, because I mean, because it has basically the same story structure, but it's so very different
Yeah.
than the two. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. Is this a remake? Is it not? Seems like it to me, but I'll
I
tell you
mean,
what.
the beats are exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
The well, why don't we do this before we start comparing the two and get into that way? Let's just, I mean, we'll talk about how I feel like it's like you ever seen that meme where there's Tiger Woods, and then that he's on the green, and he's there, and he's the classy one, and you've got John Daly over there smoking a cigarette on the on the green, just whatever, and you have the classy thing that's Tiger, and then you have the crazy one that's
Mhm.
John Daly. It's like I feel like the Virgin Spring and as it relates to Last House on the Left is that meme. The Virgin
Yeah.
Spring, I feel like obviously it's directed by Ingmar Bergman, who is so first of all, it came out in 1960, 8.0, 33K ratings. I mean, Ingmar Bergman, the only thing I've seen of his is The Seventh Seal. What is your
Yeah.
experience with his stuff? Because he is just way too classy for me, you know?
Yeah. The Seventh Seal might have been the first movie of his that I saw. But after getting so into Last House
Hmm.
and just there's a lot of things that I don't know if, especially like younger listeners of this, I don't know how young the demo for the show is, but a lot of things that people don't get. And a lot, like one main thing that people don't get is what was going on in Hollywood in the 70s
Hmm.
and what the cultural climate was like during that period too, but also what the studio system was like during that time. So, um, being just a like connoisseur or like a armchair
A
historian of
student,
this
if you will.
period, a
Hmm.
student, if you will. This whole era of filmmaking is so huge for me. It's like the studio system was dying. They didn't know what they were doing. Things were getting inexpensive enough for people to start doing more independent productions without having the huge overhead that a
Hmm.
lot of the studios were having. But plus, you had, and this is just a little side note here, and I know I totally just went completely away from what we were talking about,
You're fine, man.
but to me, horror films in general, like you can go back every decade and you can see what the cultural zeitgeist was afraid of during that decade,
Hmm.
whether it was um, in the 30s, like all of these movies about men playing God
Hmm.
and like doing all this stuff because technology was going so fast, people
Hmm.
didn't understand what the fuck was going on,
Hmm.
to going into the 50s with like all the atomic
Hmm.
shit and like giant bugs could come up or giant
Right.
lizards could come up and eat us all,
Hmm.
to like everything with the Roswell shit. Now there's fucking aliens out there coming to get us, and then moving into the 70s, you have this period of people for the first time ever seeing like clips from the Vietnam War
Right.
on TV at night when they sat home to eat their fucking Swanson's TV fucking dinner.
Hmm.
Seeing like bodies being dragged and like
Hmm.
shit blowing up. People had never seen anything like that before. And a lot of the people who came back from Vietnam, those lucky enough too, were still young enough to be able to get into film, to get into art, to get into these things. And they were making a lot of the things that they were seeing that to a lot of us we might be going, oh wow, this was kind of like racy, and maybe this is like pushing boundaries. Can't believe people did that. But a lot of the violence that was being shown was already being shown on TV
Right.
for the first time in a realistic setting. So people, it's almost like Wes Craven was like, oh, wow, The Virgin Spring's a great movie, but hey, what if we shot this like they're shooting Vietnam?
Right.
You
You know
know,
what?
and
That
it's
he talked
just,
about that too. To your point though, if you think about it, this was a maybe not in the early 70s, but later on, I mean, you have guys like Tom Savini who came back, who was, his whole
yeah.
thing was, by the way, I was a photographer out in Vietnam, and so I know how this
Mhm.
stuff looks. So I'm gonna get into this, figure out how to make it look like this for the films, right? Which
Yeah.
by the way is always kind of, I mean, I love Tom Savini, and I love like gore effects and stuff like that in the horror movies, but that always kind of freaked me out because it's like, shit, man. It's like, this is, I mean, I don't know about you, but it's like, for me, I hate like real, like gore. I hate real crime. I like true crime
Yeah.
stuff. I don't like it, right?
Yeah.
And so, because it's real, this shit is fake. But knowing that he came back and was trying to recreate that it's always kind of not bothered me, but it's always been like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, a little bit later, you have all these movies. Oh shoot, The Dead of Night. Remember The Dead of Night and a
Mhm.
few other movies like that, where these guys would come back from, and Jacob's Ladder, stuff like that. They come back from
Oh, Jacob's
Vietnam.
Ladder, dude.
They come back from Vietnam. But you're
Mhm.
right. I mean, this is basically this. As far as, I mean, let's get into the plot a little bit. But I will say
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before this that the Ingmar Bergman's, like I said, he's the classy one, the art. I mean, it was a gorgeous film, all this stuff, right? And then
Mhm.
and then with Wes Craven making you watch the same film through the lens of the social degradation of those 12 years, and part of that being the Vietnam War, is
Mhm.
like, it's like, I don't know, it's I feel like that's always been why in this movie, even now, it's not fun to watch for me, right? It's not,
Mhm.
it's just, I mean, obviously it's one of the very, like you said, inspirations to a lot of movies like that. But I'll tell you what, anyways, that just knowing that that he wanted to do that film, but people, the irony is, people are saying, oh, he's glorifying all this violence. No, I'm making this violence ugly, so you look
Mhm.
away, as opposed to, the other way. Anyway,
Yeah,
why
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
why don't you do me a favor? Give us a okay. So I'm gonna have you give the plot synopsis, and you can, if you want to do it like both at the same time, that's cool too. Because literally, it's kind of the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's the same movie.
And then
So,
and then we can talk about the difference. But I do want to say one thing before we do it.
yeah.
Ingmar Bergman. I mean, he's no Fred Olen Ray or Jim Wynorski or anything like that. He's pretty good, from what I hear. But
Mhm.
this film was not nothing. You're just gonna let me drop that one and
Yeah, yeah.
continue on. I mean,
Kind of a
brother,
big deal.
I mean, I love those guys. I love a good like sleazy titty movie all the time. But just so you know, this guy won a ton of stuff and was nominated for Academy Awards, BAFTA, Golden Globe, all that stuff for this movie. It was written by. I want to talk about the writer and
Mhm.
how that, before you get into the plot. But it was written by a lady named Ulla Isaacson. She doesn't have a ton of writing credits on IMDb, but Ingmar Bergman was going to write this, but he wanted to like kind of get into the kind of focus on um, the guilt part of this, and we'll talk. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously the guilt, the thematic guilt, guilt being a huge theme of this movie was like a thing, but.
Yeah.
But Ula wanted to get like the heathens or the pagans versus the Christians, stuff like that. But she did it. She did a great job, and it's also, this part's crazy to me, that this is based off an old ballad, like kind of, I don't know. I assume it's just kind of like a poem. You would know more about that than me because you're multi-talented. And I don't know exactly what they mean by a ballad in 1600s,
Mhm.
and but no, it's crazy because it's based off that's something that supposedly happened, and I
Yeah.
mean, the details are different, but pretty much kind of the same thing. Stars Max von Sydow as Torre, Birgitta Wahlberg. A lot of people whose names sound like it, they're being said by the Swedish chef, and that's kind of
Yeah.
how they talk. By the way, it's like weird. He doesn't even It's not even like exaggerating that too much, but
Mm-mm.
but Max von Sydow is the one person that I recognize from this. The Brigitte Pettersson, she is the young lady in question, and we won't talk about the rest. But yeah, do me a favor, Mr. Matthew.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the plot.
The plot. Well, I'm glad you brought up the whole thing about the ballad thing, because I was gonna say, like, I couldn't remember, but like it seemed like this is more of like a folklore legend in
Yes,
some parts, and I'm like, but I couldn't remember. So like I'm glad you.
I have the
Okay,
name of it,
so
but I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce it because it's ridiculous. So
okay. So basically, in both movies, the plot, I'm going to kind of do it like this. The plot in both movies goes, um, a young girl from a respected family
Mhm.
leaves.
Oh, whoa!
Whoa.
Let's play the trailer real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So, my
Do it.
my bad, brother. Let's do that real quick. We'll be right back with the plot.
Okay.
Man, I'm falling apart. I don't even know what I'm doing. I've only been doing this for 383 episodes. What the shit? All right, we'll be right back. Sorry about that, man.
Den lille fågel han flyger högt och vädret blåser i vingen. Det är så ont med liten makt mot höga berg att springa. Det strömmar, det rinna så fröjdeligt, allt under det gröna lider i vårens tider. I vårens tider.
Now, just so I know, did you do both trailers or just the Virgin Spring?
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to play both trailers. We'll be right back to talk. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. In fact, let's do this. In fact,
Just keep repeating.
no, let's talk about. Let's give it an intro to The Last House on the Left. Yeah, I know what we're doing, folks. I'm a professional podcaster. I mean, when you say professional, that infers that I get paid to do it, and which is a fucking lie. But
Yeah, and we obviously have heavy meetings beforehand.
yeah, oh yes,
So
yes. The prep work we've been doing all week. So yeah, let's do this. Actually, let me give you the intro to The Last House on the Left, and then we'll just do more of a comparison for the rest of the show. Last House on the Left, 1972. It has a lower score on IMDb with 5.8, but it has more ratings, 43K. The Virgin Spring had an 8.0 with 33K. Anyways, Wes Craven in his directorial debut. Sorry, you guys know who he is. Oh my gosh, if you guys don't know who, yeah, you know. But it was written by him as well. But actually on this, Ulla Isaacson, who it was the writer for The Virgin Spring, actually gets a credit on this as well. So that's cool.
that's awesome. Yeah.
This was produced by Sean S. Cunningham. He produced, directed the original Friday the 13th. And it's funny because Steve Miner, the director of Friday the 13th, 2 and 3, had a small part in this where he flips off the cops. And he was a production assistant. This one was a video nasty, by the way. And they ripped us off, though. I know if you know this. You know how you listen to the opening of the show and it says, to avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a podcast. Well, they ripped us off in 1972 because that was their big, it's only a movie. It's only a movie. I'm not hitting any of my jokes.
No.
I'm getting destroyed today. I'm like,
No, I'm sorry. I
I'm like-
should do more like.
oh, no.
fun stuff.
Don't you pity laugh me. That's worse. That's worse than not laughing at me. Dude,
Isn't there like a drum roll or something I could play on here? I don't know what happens here.
So there's a lot of ever since we started to do it online, there's a lot less of technological advancements that I know how to do. So we're gonna go raw.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that I said that either. But anyways, this starred Sandra Peabody as Mary Collingwood, Lucy Grantham as Phyllis Stone, David Hess as Krug Stillo, Fred Lincoln as Fred Weasel Podolsky, and Jeremy Rain as Sadie, and Mark Scheffler as Junior Stillo. It also starred Martin Cove as Deputy Harry, a young Martin Cove. But all right, now we'll play the trailer.
Yeah.
Marie and her friend,
I feel like a woman for the first time in my life.
two girls from the suburbs, going to the city to have a good time.
This is my roommate, Sam.
Hi, girls.
This is my sister, Martha. Martha, these girls, want to buy some grass.
Four killers on the loose, also looking for a good time.
And the road leads to nowhere.
They meet in the last house on the left. What began as a birthday party ends as a nightmare.
I want to give you something.
I don't want that.
It's worth a lot.
I don't want
See? I want to be your friend.
No, you want to get free.
I want to be your friend. Are you all right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm fine.
Just what did happen in the last house on the left? Dr. Collingwood lived there.
Are you sure we're not going to put you folks to any trouble? Oh, nonsense. Our home is yours.
His wife lived there.
I've always dreamed of a man who could take me easily.
So did their daughter, Marie. They all lived there.
Junior.
To avoid fainting, keep repeating to yourself, it's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Last house on the left.
Yeah, there was one thing I wanted to say about the marketing of this. I was looking for it before, but I couldn't find it. I think it's still at my LA place. But I have this book on Last House on the Left, like the making of it.
Uh-huh.
And it's so good. It's such a good book. If you guys could find it, it's just a really interesting read. But there was a movie, I think, that came out a year before this called Joe.
I remember, Joe. It has the Frankenstein from
Young Frankenstein.
yeah, Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. And a lot of the like publicity stuff they were putting out for this, they said, yeah, it's Last House on the Left is the house right next door to Joe.
No
In
shit.
quotes.
Have you
So,
seen
like,
that movie? Obviously, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been fucking
It is.
forever.
It's
But yeah.
wild. I mean, it's like. I mean, it kind of has the same angst that that Last House on the Left does, where here's a guy trying his hardest to make ends meet, and he's xenophobic, all this other stuff, and he hates the younger generation, and it's like a whole thing. And he's upset, and spoiler, he ends up. I won't even spoil it, but bad things happen, and because of his blindness and his anger. So, but it's like,
Yeah.
shit, man. Yeah, that movie was crazy too. I've seen that a few times. In fact, I think I watched it 2 years ago. It's the last time, which is fairly recent for a movie because I don't love revisiting some of these ones that are a little bit too
for real.
brilliant.
And then on another side note, the Creeperson song, Last House on the Left on Mockingbird Lane,
Uh-huh.
is about if the movie Last House took place, but the family that
And the
wasn't
Munsters?
the Collingwoods were the Munsters. Yeah,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
a big like stretch there, guys.
Wait,
Yeah.
hey man, maybe
Yeah.
you can sing a few bars from that with a really low voice.
With a really low voice. Let me see. How does it go? It does the 1313 thing.
Like
Um,
ha.
Yeah, no. But it's basically Marilyn's the one that gets killed.
Ah,
And then Herman and Lily kill the killers.
nice.
And Lily bites the dude's dick off. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we have to. Ooh.
We haven't even gone anywhere.
No, we
yet.
have to talk about that because I got a bone to pick with that. No pun intended. But I'll tell you what, just for anybody who's lost, Matt Wall has an alter ego named Creeperson, who was who it was in Creeperson, the band,
Uh-huh.
who made a lot of movies. Some of these movies had dick in them though, so guys, you got to watch out for that. Okay, because
And
it's
Beehole.
yeah, it's like I'm watching it going. I can't remember the name. We talked about it the first episode. But I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that butthole or I saw the dick, and I'm like, well, I am not mature enough to deal with this shit.
Yeah. Wieners are cool to look at sometimes.
I mean, sure. I mean, no, I don't mean sure. What am I talking about? Come on.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you talk about the let's talk about the plots back and forth. We'll talk about
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
differences as we
So,
go, the similarities, and here we go.
so basically, what I'd like to do is talk about the the beats of this film and or both films,
Sure.
and then we can break off into what those things do. So basically, the story, the thing that happens that makes the story move is that a young girl from a well-to-do family
Mm-hmm.
wants to, or is asked to, or however you want to do it, leave the confines of her safety and go to a place that might be a little dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the female here is met by baddies, people who aren't from her world,
Yep.
that do horrible things to her and kill her.
Because of
Then
her naivete.
her naivete.
Yes.
Then the people who committed said crimes, for whatever reason, end up in the care of the family who is concerned about their daughter's whereabouts,
Right.
but don't know exactly what happened. Then the parents find out what's
Mm-hmm.
going on, and then they decide to, in their anger and rage and grief, to go completely homicidal
Yes.
on these perpetrators.
Mm-hmm.
And then the films end with no one actually feeling better for the things that they've done,
Right.
and feeling just as shitty as they did before, if not more.
Right.
So the resolution to both of these films are completely null.
Right.
So that is the beats for the story, and they both go in their own different ways and do things a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But the pacing of the films, I mean, pacing is the wrong word because Virgin Spring is very slow plotting,
Mm-hmm.
but when the beats happen, they happen in the same spots.
Right. So no, that's a perfect way to describe it. And the thing is it's shocking to, not shocking, but it's very interesting to me about how, yes, they hit all these different beats. However, and there's so much similar about it, right? There's so many
Yeah.
similarities about both of the movies. But there's some differences, stuff like that. So I think that the first similarity that I recognize is we have a young woman, right? Obviously,
Mhm.
their parents are doing their thing. It was a little weird in Last House on the Left, since it was like, oh, I'm becoming a woman, Dad. Look at
Yeah.
not wearing
Look
a
at
bra.
my
Let's talk
breasts.
about my titties. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to talk about no titties. woman.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah.
so she's a little bit spicy, a little bit maybe rebellious, but you know that she loves her parents, and you know that the parents love her. And that's kind of the same way, maybe to a little bit lesser degree, where Karen from Virgin Spring wakes up. I don't want to wake up, blah, blah, blah. The difference is there though too is Mary from Last House on the Left is leaving to go see, what was it, Bloodlust. I want
Bloodlust.
to see Bloodlust. But so that's okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and they were going to New York to do it,
Right.
whereas Karen was just like, I'm just gonna go stop by the church.
Yeah,
You know?
I've been tasked. It's funny that we're doing British accents because they're Swedish and we have no idea. I've been tasked to take these candles to the service, but no, I mean, so it's different. But there's one thing about both these girls, and I'll bring up the fact that since this is only 12 years apart, it's shocking to me that it
Yeah.
seems like, I mean, obviously, Last House on the Left takes place in the current time, which was 1972, whereas The Virgin Spring takes place in what, the 14th century or something like that. But
But
so
it seems decades apart, man.
it
Like,
does. It totally does, because you have this girl,
totally.
Karen, goes out, and she's like the sweetest kid of all time. Like, she
Mhm.
goes out, she's nice to, I mean, she's a little sassy to her dad, and they laugh about it and they have a good time. But she's so nice to everyone, including her dad's servant lady was tasked to go with her. Her name was Ingiri. By the way, she looked like Bjork a little, so it's like, I'm like, human behavior. Anyway, but she goes out, and as she's going, it makes it a little bit tougher because she's settling there. She sees these herdsmen, and her first
Mhm.
instinct was to feed them. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
let's feed. So she is just the epitome of purity.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about Mary, it's kind of the same thing, except for the
She
different
grew
time.
tits.
Well, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like she's a kid. I mean, yeah. The difference is the reason she got caught by the baddies is because she was looking to score some of the weed cigarettes that the kids like to smoke
Mhm.
from time to time, and good. But the thing is she was a good kid. She was
Mhm.
a good and pure kid, and it's like. So we have this, and then we have the destruction of that, of this
Yeah. And she
purity.
has a wild friend.
Yes, oh yes, and which is fine. I'll tell you what, though, I don't know. I'm still shocked that these movies are only 12 years apart,
Yeah.
just because of the progressiveness in the kids of the 1972. I don't know, man. Am I crazy? Just so, what happened in the 60s? I mean, was it just the Vietnam War? Was it what else? I mean, you seem to have your pulse more on the the theater,
Mhm.
the studios and all that stuff, because it just seems so different. They're only 12 years apart. Like 12 years ago, I looked the same. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've changed 12 years.
As far as like the cultural climate, the free love movement was happening,
Right.
but a lot of the reasons why that was happening was because, I mean, not only with Vietnam, but you also had Korea, like
Well,
right
Korea,
before that.
but Korea was also before the Virgin Spring, right? But I mean, maybe it's because that was the 50s.
Yeah. When did that end?
I don't know. The only thing I know about the Korean War is from MASH.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there you go. But the idea of at any time your government can kill you by basically sending you to the front lines without your consent because you just happen to be born here.
Right.
And that whole idea of whatever dreams and hopes and aspirations you have can be ripped away from you the second you become an adult, made a lot of people just kind of not give a shit about anything.
Well,
And they're
and then
like, I'm going to fuck whoever the fuck I want. I'm going to do all the drugs I can get my hands on.
Mhm.
And drugs were like becoming much more accessible at that time too. And in the 60s, a lot of people who were more square were still living in the greatest generation
Right.
period, coming back from World War II with the big boom um, and all that shit, where the baby boomers came from.
I think that I mean, obviously, not just because this came from Sweden. I want to say Sweden because it's fun to say. It's not just Sweden. It's
Sweden.
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 But obviously, I think a lot has to do with the fact that it was a period piece, the Virgin Spring,
Yeah.
right? The themes of that were, I mean, obviously, the number one, in my opinion, was guilt. We had the religion that was such a big part of it. How Torre was and his family were such devout Christians, and I mean, we even have the servant who was in one of the other characters that come in later on was a
Yeah.
heathen. Heathens are, I mean, they're are pagan, but I think heathens are I think all heathens are pagans, but not all pagans are heathens. I think that
Yeah.
but anyway, so they love the Marvel universe and those gods, Odin and Thor and all that kind of stuff, right? But I think that with that comes a lot of the guilt, and I think this is more about that. Whereas, the dad's guilt after the climax of the movie, the mom's guilt after wanting her daughter back more than she wanted to honor God or her husband, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that this actually just describes different themes. I mean, each movie goes after different themes. I actually think, what if I were to say to you that I think that The Last House on the Left wasn't necessarily like a comedy, haha, but it was kind of almost a satire of that whole period and of all that stuff.
A satire. I guess I don't know. I don't see the funny haha that you get from satire with it, but like just hit it.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about. So basically, part of like when I'm watching this, right, is brutal, right?
Yeah.
In fact, there's literally like a scene where the girls go into the apartment where by the way, these three people who were the murderers were known. They basically killed a priest and two nuns. I mean, they were known as rapists, murderers, and drug dealers or something like that, right? So we had that, and it's like I'm not. Maybe we were not hilariously laughing at this.
Yeah.
But but there was so many times during the movie, it was like, what the shit is happening? Because we'd have them get tortured. And then in the next scene, like it would cut to the parents with this happy music setting up for the birthday. We had these Keystone Cop types that were just
for real,
Yeah. And it's just like, so we had all this stuff, and there were so many instances of, and I don't think that it was like obviously supposed to make you laugh because they're telling jokes. I think you're laughing because like, what in the shit? These people are telling to piss their pants, and we're hearing some bluegrass or some other this type of happy song. By the way, that was all David Hess.
Yeah, which we'll talk about. Okay. Don't let me forget that. But
by the way, let's talking about David Hess real quick. That dude. We'll get back to the satire thing too, but that dude was born the sleaziest looking dude on the planet. Like he cannot escape it. And I'm sorry, brother, but you look like you are a bad guy. And I apologize to you. I know you've passed away, but I heard that you were a great dude. I heard that you were great at like conventions, stuff like that, and really nice, really sweet guys. But with that face and with that kind of whatever, he was in what was it? House on the Edge of the Park. Too, which was very similar. It was it was basically him and this Italian guy were working in this like garage, and these people and these hot swinging partiers came in to get their car fixed, and they invited him to a party, and they ended up fucking like murdering and raping all of them too. It's like, brother, you seem to have your spot in the world of cinema, but he looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, he has a face that you want to take pictures of. Like you want to film that face. It's such a fucking mug, dude.
Well, in his facial expressions, like they're so like, oh my, they're so mean. Yeah. It's like I mean, you could smile, but even his smile seems a little sinister.
For real.
Even I don't know. He wasn't laughing in this like, hey, I'm trying to be a nice guy. No, the only time he laughed in this is when he was like making it. So basically what he did is he was the kind of guy who would rape, murder people, but he's also the type of guy that would get his own son hooked on heroin so he could boss him around, tell him what to do so the kid could get his next fix, right? He was and look at him,
he's a
dude.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, he looks like a guy that would do that in real life, And it's like, I don't know, man.
As far as the satire thing goes, I think my take on that is all the shit with the Keystone Cops, all the shit with the goofy parents doing all the goofy parent shit.
On the lady with the chicken. Let's not forget the lady with the chicken coops on the back wouldn't let the cops get a ride because the cops fucked up. They ran out of gas. Like, by the way, this seemed like it was filmed in the South, but it was filmed somewhere close to Canada. So it's like, I think it was in Connecticut or something like that.
I think they shot this right around where they shot like the first Friday movie, right?
Up in, oh yeah, well that's the Northeast, yeah.
But like what I think the thought here was looking at what else was on TV when you change the channel and then the Vietnam War comes on.
Right.
Like you see like a silly
that
sitcom.
Makes perfect sense.
You see this and then you change and the music's all weird and stupid and then you change the channel and then someone's getting like blown to death.
That is a perfect description of it because it seems like that. Because it's jarring how you go from this to this. But you're right. It's like they were switching and all of a sudden it's like you see bodies being pulled on, like dragged on stretchers, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I think that's actually one of the best descriptions I've ever heard about this movie. And it's like, yeah. Thank you for that, Mr.
Donka, sir. Yeah. But there was one other thing we were talking about. Yeah, let's not get into David Hess quite yet and the music.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just keep this going here. So you were talking about satire. Oh, and then I was actually wanting to talk about because like the guilt aspect of Virgin Spring. I think one of the big things, especially out of Europe after World War II, was this idea of is trusting God, is trusting that God's going to do the best thing for us, really the thing we should do, or does that take away our own responsibility from all this other stuff? Because that was like a very large theme that went through a lot of European films of that period. But when you do it in a period piece, it's not like you're actually saying to the government or to the church, listen here, people, but like you like kind of mask it up in a period piece. And then it's like, oh, this is just what was going on back then.
So it's standing in for the issues that the people have at the time,
the discontent.
But but it's easier to not get like I don't know. But the thing, it seems like even in England in the 80s, with Mary Whitehouse and all that, so the government will still come down on you for saying your opinion, your piece, and if it didn't match up, that's crazy to me that was the 80s, that whole thing was in the 80s, and it's like that seems so recent, even though it's like 40 some odd years now, but because I'm old, but it's like, but no,
it's crazy when like we can. And I know there's like younger people who jump on the YouTubes and like don't want to hear about geezers talking about what life was like in the 80s.
Right.
But like, but if you don't learn about shit, you're going to be fucked later, guys. But yeah. And then, so as far as like the Last House version of that, I think, from a adult or a parent, view, you have this idea, whether it's your kids going off to Vietnam or your daughter going to a concert in New York, that it's very possible that when your kid leaves the house, you're never going to see them again.
Right.
And that wasn't a prevalent thought amongst people during that, like just a few years before that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's funny because now it's such a different thing now. It's because it's like when we used to go out and our parents would have to worry about us. We were just doing our own thing. Now everyone has phones, stuff like that, but still, it's a big deal. Where'd you go?
I'm just here.
Well, I'll probably put this out, but maybe not to like edit it out, but probably not.
I was trying to figure if I should just say, hey, give me a minute, let me go read this, or if I thought I could just do it real quick. But there's a lot coming out, dude.
I can't hear you.
Oh. Oh, you can't hear me? Are you okay?
Oh, I can now, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you have to go take a piss over there? What was going on?
Yeah. David Hess said, "Piss your pants," and I'm like, I'd rather just go over here and just go in.
Okay, well, brother, we could take a break if you need it. I mean, you know what though? I like that. We're leaving that in to just to illustrate the inhumanity that David Hess showed or Krug showed in his thing.
Well, again, and then
by the way, that's the first live piss we've ever had on the podcast.
Is it?
Yes.
I could have sworn I did it last time. Oh wait, I did it when you got up to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So okay. But since we're talking about pissing your pants, that's a good segue to get into this one little point right here. So I met the cast of Last House at a Fangoria convention years and years and years ago, and meeting David Hess was like the craziest thing. And I was like nervous. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking Krug, dude. Like, what do I fucking do?
Okay. So I need to know this after seeing his movies and all stuff. Is he like a big dude or is he just like, what is he? Because he's so scary.
Here's the best way to describe it. His head is very large. And the rest of his body, because like he looks a little, I mean, I'm trying to remember what year this was. Maybe like 08 or something like that.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was like gray, but his hair was still big. And he was just sitting there like this in a t-shirt and jeans, like all, but like his body was kind of smaller than I thought it would be.
Really?
But his head was so like just fucking like, I don't want to say he had acromegaly of the fucking head, but like he just has
you don't want to say that, but
you know what I'm saying? It's like he's fucking Rondo Hatton over here with his fucking face all fucking fucked up looking, and he's just got this big fucking head. And I was just really fucking kind of freaked out. And so I went up to him and he was selling soundtracks of Last House on the Left.
Okay.
And I'm like, ooh, I'll get this. And I got a bunch of other shit too, because I just didn't know what to do while I was there. Dude, going to conventions when you're a fanboy is the worst, because you go up there and you don't know what to do. And they're like, hey, buy this, buy that. And you're like, yes, I will. Yes, I will do that. And he kept putting things in front of me. And then like they signed some posters and shit. And then when I bought the CD, he's like, do you want me to sign it? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what do you want me to say? And I'm like, piss your pants. And he's like, and he looks up at me. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, I only say that to girls, man. And I'm like, okay.
Does that make it better or worse?
I'm like, then put whatever you want. And then he's like, blow your brains out. He's like David Hess. And I'm like, oh, what a fucking asshole. I just wanted him to tell me to piss my pants.
So maybe his stories of his niceness were exaggerated, but
no, he was a nice guy.
With that mug though, brother. And now that I know he has acromegaly of the head,
I don't know if that's what it is, but like his face is just like, I mean, I think like parts of your face just keep growing no matter how old you get.
Like your ears and nose or something.
Your ears and your nose, and like his brow was all fucking like this, and his face was all sunken in right here. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
I've always been just a little like not enamored, but just like what is up with this guy? He looks he looks just so mean and so whatever. I heard all this stuff, so it's like I've always been like, I wonder how big he is. I wonder if we could ever. I wonder if I could take him. I wonder if because I'm a little bit scared of him having watched these movies.
Like I don't think he was really that tall, because he did stand up at one point, and I wasn't like, I think we were pretty much eye level.
Okay.
Like, but the other dude,
the skinny boy.
Yeah, he was taller.
Yeah,
he's a taller fucking dude.
I ain't scared of him. That guy's a bitch. I'm just kidding.
And the girl married Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Oh, she was there? Okay, cool.
No, but she was Richard Dreyfuss's wife in real life.
I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure.
I had no idea, to be honest with you. Yeah. By the way, she freaked me out in this. She was a wild animal.
Yeah.
Like
she's amazing.
Well, she would like suck on her lipstick. She would do all this stuff, and I'm just like, every move she made, she would say like Fahalis or Sigmund Freud or something like that. And I just be like she was so repulsive to me throughout this whole movie, like on an attractive level, right?
Yeah.
It's like I just find her wretched, but
she's great.
I think she did a great job in this, though.
Yeah, and like as
she's
you're
supposed
talking
to be
about
wretched.
it, as silly as this movie is and how gross it is, like Wes Craven being, even though like minutes before this, Sean Cunningham and Wes Craven have been shooting a bunch of porn and kids movies, you know, like, you know, it's like, but like Wes Craven, whatever you think of him, he is like a student of the greats, and like he tried really hard in putting this story together and the script together and the certain notes that you have in it. And like one of the things, and I know I'm probably jumping ahead here, but one of my favorite things about this movie is that after they kill Mary, they are not happy about it. They're
I was going to bring that up.
Disgusted with themselves.
I was wondering how you felt about that, because I was going to say that
it just made it real.
I feel like there was I mean, do you think that it was guilt, or do you think it was just like what, like post-nut clarity? I don't know. It's just like
all of the above, and just like, what the fuck have we become? Like, what the hell are we doing? Like when does this end? Like, how much farther do we go? And it's just like the wiping the blood off in the grass and just like it's that sticky look. Because like even David Hess's face, David Hess's face, like that look of disgust on his own face, looking at his own hand.
Even knowing that, even knowing all that, he still had to, he still knew that he had to take care of it. So there was no loose ends, and, you know, shot her as she walked into the thing. But it's like, I was going to say, I mean, I think that was one point of guilt, but I don't think that that was a theme in Last House on the Left, except for that like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Virgin Spring.
Totally.
That was crazy. You know what? Here's one thing I wanted to bring up. There's one more theme that hit me very, very hard. And it was the theme of whether you're religious or whether you're not, right?
Yeah.
If you're religious, God is supposed to, they're supposed to get their just desserts in heaven. You know, vengeance is the Lord's. It's not yours, right? But can you trust that? You know, I feel like obviously the dad, like what's his name? Shoot, I can't remember his name. Or Torre, and then the parents in Last House on the Left were just like, listen, like more Torre. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and wait for somebody else to get their vengeance. I have to take care of this now. And obviously it was a lot less traumatic and violent stuff like that, but he still did it, and it was still there. And that was like one of the things for me. At least his wife didn't have to put a dick in her mouth to get the revenge. I told my wife, I'm like, if you're gonna get revenge on some dude, don't put his dick in your mouth, please, because that will irritate me. So just so you know.
Oh my god.
But but no, but it's like taking things in, like taking matters into your own hand. It's like, I think it would be so difficult for me to say, oh, he'll get his from the law, or he will get his from God, or something like that. So I totally see that, but I mean,
unless you're fucking Jules Winfield, dude, and he goes, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
In Pulp Fiction.
Oh yes.
He's like, and you will know my name is the Lord.
I did not. If you would have said Jules, I would have known, but you said Winfield, and I'm like, I don't know the fuck that is.
Jules Winfield.
Did not know that. But that's just one thing. I think that's kind of the last thing that really kind of hit me. Obviously, Torre's like, man, when that spring sprung up after they found the body, he's like, I'm going to build a church, you know?
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know, man. You're going to spend the rest of you feel like shit. I mean, it's kind of like Pumpkinhead, man. There's so many like revenge is bad type of movies, you know?
Yeah, Pumpkinhead, dude. That's a whole other fucking thing, man.
So you start turning into the thing that you hate the most type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So I'm going to say one thing. This is the first time that I've ever watched The Virgin Spring. It's been on my radar for a long time, right? It's been something I've known that this is what Last House on the Left is based on, stuff like that. I am surprised, even though it's slow pace, even though there was a lot of stops for little bits of wisdom. Like, for instance, there's even a part in The Virgin Spring where Ingari, who was the servant girl, doesn't want to go on the trip anymore. Like she's like, I'm going to stop. Here's the cabin. I'm going to stay there. And then you have a guy there giving her like wisdom, and it's like it doesn't really have anything to do with the movie, right, or the plot or anything like that. But it's there, and then obviously from the dad stuff like that. This was it's weird to say slow burn because it's unlike other slow burns that I know. I feel like this is more of a I don't know what the word is. It's hard for me to describe. I'm into it.
It is very much a slow burn. And I think a lot of that, it might have been runtime, like you needed to have so many
Sure.
reels before you could do it, but I feel like it's more like the awkward silence
Yes.
and just the anticipation that something's going to happen.
I
Some news is going to get somewhere, but
I
it's
feel
just
like it
like
was
you
very
wait
deliberate.
and wait and
Yeah,
wait.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the pacing, I feel like, seemed very deliberate because you would sit there and then something would come up, and it wasn't necessarily what you expect, but it was like there was always a payoff for that time that you waited, and this
Yeah.
was a much like smoother watch for me than I expected, and it's like I didn't know what to expect going in, but it's an older movie, kind of an artistic like Criterion collection, which by the way looked great.
Oh,
It was a
yeah.
gorgeous movie, and I mean, from the setups, from the framing to the just the whole way through, and it's like, but it's like
Yeah.
this. I feel like I don't know. It almost seems like things were so deliberate that like I don't know if I'm giving them too credit, but it seems like too much credit. But it seems like they were doing things on purpose so they could get the next thing out to the next thing,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the thing, by the end of the movie, the dude's like, "I'm gonna build a church." And you're like, "Fuck yeah, man, build that church."
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have just slapped him over the back of the head with the big old club. Maybe you should have made him piss his pants. I don't know.
Yeah, like the last, I think it's the last shot of Virgin Spring, like when the dad is like grieving
Yeah.
next to the sapling and
Yeah.
he's like we don't see it. It's like he's finally like having a moment to himself
Mhm.
and grieving and all this other shit. Like I totally stole that in my Frankenstein movie I
There's
did.
nothing wrong with that.
I don't know if you saw it, but like the Victor guy, just after he does the thing, he like goes off as far as he can and then just completely like wails and grieves and the
Really?
whole fucking thing. And it's just like that scene is one of the most like moving,
Yes.
like gut wrenching
Heartache. Yep.
things I've ever seen. It's
Well, and
just
it doesn't hurt that Max von Sydow, this excellent actor and total pro, is doing it, and it's I don't know, man.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and by the way, I wouldn't. I can't remember. I probably saw it, but it's been 15 years because the last time I already watched your movies was then. But
Yeah.
let's just say you wouldn't be the only one to steal from Ingmar Bergman.
Oh
Okay?
yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine, pal.
Yeah, Wes Craven will give me a pass.
Oh yeah,
He's like,
well,
yeah, I think
Wes
it's okay to
Craven-
steal from that guy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So Wes Craven. Let's talk about the deputies, okay?
Yeah.
So it's like they almost seem a little bit out of place in this, right? I feel like,
For real.
and it's like, so I'm watching this, and all of a sudden we get to, oh, by the way, they're on the radio. They're talking about how these people escaped from prison and how they did it, and there's this guy, and then this crazy bitch, and then some little kid, right? But it's like their scenes were just pure, like not all of them, but they were just like, oh, look at this. We're trying to do our best right in the middle of this crazy scene where everybody just got disturbed as shit,
Mhm.
And so that was weird to me. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just part of the satire. Maybe it's whatever. I don't know. That always stood out a little. Always just kind of felt like it was a little bit out of place. I don't know.
Especially with the music. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like my only thought would be as far as like why Wes Craven decided to do this, I think would be more of a slight on how Virgin Spring put all their faith in God to be able to
Gotcha.
take care of this stuff.
They put their faith
And
in these bumbling idiots.
the God in this is, the law will take care of it.
You know what?
But then we see how fucking like idiotic and stupid they are.
That's a good point. In fact, I think what something that backs that up is there towards the end when Mary's dad is taking care of the dude with the chainsaw. The cop finally shows up after all this. He's been absent. He's been an idiot for this whole time. No, don't do it. And he's just like, fuck off, So it's like, I don't know, man.
Oh my God.
And that's another thing.
There at the last fucking minute. Yeah.
That's another thing. It's like, it's hard for me. It would be hard, not like for me personally, but it would be hard for me in this movie or in this situation to sit there. You know what? Everything sucks. Everything is bad. And we just got something terrible just happened to our family. I'm going to let the proper authorities take care of it,
Yeah.
And whether or not that's just me. I mean, I've never done it. I've never, obviously. So who knows what I would do in that situation. But it's like watching this. It's like we're cheering on these parents. We're cheering on the dad in the Virgin Spring. It's like, what does that mean? Does that make us bad? Does that make us good? Who knows? But it's like vengeance isn't. I mean, I feel like with both of these, vengeance isn't a good thing. But what the shit? I ain't pissing my pants for that motherfucker.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, just so everybody knows, you have the temporary insanity plea, like, I don't know.
Well, now I can't use it because they'll have proof. They'll be like, dude knew about that and he knew he could exploit that. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Thanks, Matthew. Damn it.
Screwed. Yeah. But I still think like sanity lapses happen, so that's fine. It should be okay. I don't think anyone's going to get mad at us.
Well, shit, sanity lapses happen when I'm watching football and my team's losing.
But hey, you know what? BYU is number 7.
Oh, you don't say.
They're the 7th loser.
I'm gonna beat you.
They're the 6th loser. Yeah, I think that's how that works.
I don't know why you hate me. And just to bring that up, I don't know why you feel like you need to like.
Hey, the season's early. Actually, no, we're halfway through, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we got 4 games left. It's like 2/3 of the way through.
Oh my gosh. Is there a bowl game in your future?
Oh yeah, there's bowl games, but there's college. You don't even know what the shit's going on there. Why do I even like listen to you?
I didn't even know the Dodgers won the World Series until the day after. I didn't even realize that it was like the best game 7 of all time yeah.
You're like, I'm just glad we beat those shitty Canadians. I have nothing against Canadians.
I have no idea. You swing a stick and you hit a little ball and you run in a circle, like whatever. It's fine. Not to talk shit on baseball.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, so now I can't pick a favorite out of these two for me because they are so different. I feel like one's art, one's exploitation. And they're such different kind of entries, regardless of how similar their plots are, right?
Yeah.
I think that the Last House on the Left had more effect on me, just because of how wretched and boorish the bad guys are, man. I just fucking hate them. Like I don't know, but
and then us growing up in the video store world, like. You heard about Last House on the Left before you saw it.
Oh yeah.
There was like a legend. There was like a myth about it.
This and like I Spit on Your Grave and like all sorts
Texas
of
Chainsaw Massacre. Exactly. Like it's the same kind of like thing. So anyone from my generation or my age knows what it was like going to like 30 different fucking video stores before you found this movie. You
used to call him and be like, will you hold that? We can't hold it. I'm like, it'll take me 40 minutes to get there. But Mom, will you drive me to go get this movie, please?
You're like, I don't know if there's really a huge like hankering for people coming in here on a Thursday afternoon to
but those fuckers. You know the teenagers that work there just love that power they had.
Oh yeah.
Fuck those guys.
For real. Yeah, to play it really cool, like, oh, what's this? I don't know. I'll try it. Meet the Feebles? That's like a Muppet. Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll watch this. Ilza, She-Wolf of the SS. That sounds like family friendly shit. Okay,
man, I didn't see shit till I turned 16 because my parents would not let me rent anything.
Oh yeah,
anything
yeah,
rated
yeah.
R, anything like that. So it's like my favorite thing is we used to switch Jack Frost with Jack Frost, the in the 90s, stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man.
Switch boxes.
Exactly. So let's talk about David Hess and his music, man.
Oh my God, dude. The score or the soundtrack for this is so fucking good.
It's crazy.
Like
It's so
I
it's
have
like,
listened to this so much,
Mhm.
like without the movie, just like
Yeah.
playing it. It works, dude. He was a very fucking talented fucking musician, dude.
It doesn't even seem like that voice and that playing could come
Mm-mm.
out of a motherfucker who looks like that.
Which is probably why his rock career didn't fucking take off.
He wasn't like Cassidy, what's his name?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't like this pop star because all these women were kind of scared. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't help that he was in all these fucking rape movies, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, it's so good. Like his voice is so like clean
and it's hard to
for
see that
like
coming
who
out of
he
him.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really hard.
In fact,
But
I've looked it
if
up
you
and I'm
could
like, there's
grab
no
that
way.
soundtrack, grab it. It's really good. I don't even know if that's on Spotify or anything. I should check.
No,
But
I don't know. It's on YouTube because
yeah,
I was
it's
listening
really
to it,
good.
but yeah. No, it's yeah that always that weirds me out because and like I mean I went through I mean I've known about this for I've known about it for 15 years, so it's like
Hmm.
it didn't shock me this time, but I'm like the first time I'm like, the fuck you say,
Yeah.
this is
The
that
first time
guy?
I saw that title on the screen,
Yes.
and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's not who that
Yeah.
is. Yeah. And then honestly, the other thing, and you probably had this in your notes too, but like Krug was who like Wes Craven would
Yeah.
end up making the Freddy Krueger character
I don't
like
know who's
off
more
of.
loathsome. It's like, I mean, especially did Freddy Krueger was a child murderer.
Yeah, in quotes, yeah.
Yes. So it's like, we
I
all
mean,
want the,
Freddy has better jokes,
that's
but
very
like,
true.
yeah.
But
But yeah, so
Krug is
he's been in his
slimy.
head forever, you know?
Yeah. Well, good for him. I mean, the thing is, it's weird that such an articulate, educated man ended up making this movie, and it took a long time to
Hmm.
kind of look deeper into it to understand it a little bit better. Because on the surface, it's just mean and nasty,
Yeah, for real.
and that's what a lot of the critics at the time were saying. Oh, this is mean, this is nasty, it has no social value, blah blah blah. But it's like, now, however, shoot, like over 50, like 53 years
It's
later,
fucking crazy.
sheesh. People are starting, I mean, not now, but they have been doing it. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, here's the themes, here's why, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
It makes
it's
a lot of sense.
all social value.
Yeah.
Like, not that like you should have to watch the stuff that you watch. It's not easy to watch,
No.
but like you were saying earlier, that was intended.
Yeah, this is not one that I
Like,
put on for shits and giggles. Hey, kids, come over. Let's eat dinner and put on Last House on the Left. No. This is a hard watch still. It's weird that this is so old. It's still a hard watch for me. But anyway.
there was something in the Last House book that talked, I think the original title of this was called Krug and Company.
Yeah. Well, that was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it played at a couple different places with different titles.
Hmm.
And then Last House on the Left was a marketing company came up with just a title that they thought sounded like a horror movie
Right.
that had some alliteration in it that they thought would play well.
Wes Craven didn't like it, but it doesn't really make sense. But okay.
Yeah. I mean, was it on the left? I mean, the house
Because
looked like it was in the middle
it
of
depends on if
nowhere.
you're heading north or heading south.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
not a cul-de-sac. Like,
right.
Oh my God. But yeah, what were the other titles? I can't remember them
There was a
off
few
the
there was
top
a
of my
few dark
head.
ones. I could pull those up, but they even cut out a lot of these scenes, like more more brutal stuff, like a lesbian rape scene. Just more stuff like that. I don't know if we needed. It was still a video
Yeah,
nasty.
for real.
Let's look at some of
It's just
these.
such an iconic title, dude. Like
Well, and how many
whether
people have ripped that off?
oh, for
Last House
real,
on Dead
dude.
End Street. Last da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da. It's like Anyway, let's see.
Last
Oh,
Girl at the
it was initially
Prom.
titled "Sex Crime of the Century"
That's right.
in
Yeah.
Dane Krug and Company, and then the "Sex Crime of the Century." I am there on the first night. That's awful. Of the century, you say?
That'll get asses in seats.
Yes.
Let's do that. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. Any final words on this one?
Um, no, I mean they're both like really great movies in
Yes.
very, very different ways.
Yes. Totally agree.
And I don't know. I think the idea that Virgin Spring is a period piece,
Yes.
and in black and white, like kind of puts a lot of like more normal like horror movie people off of just the idea of even giving it a chance.
Sure.
But it is
like I said, I
really,
hadn't
really
seen it
good.
before. You know what's
Yeah.
funny is that it's funny you say that because like I mean we talked about the similarities and the differences. Let's talk about the differences of how the movies looked. I mean, Last House on the Left is gritty. It's crazy.
Handheld.
Yes. And
You know.
whereas everything was perfect, like Ingmar Bergman is obviously a master. I mean, I'd seen, like I said, The Seventh Sign, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
He's
good
not
one.
fucking around, dude.
No, he's not.
He's like, this is gonna look beautiful. Like
I'm gonna
if
try
it
this
takes
again.
us 4 days to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's so funny is that's something hard for me to even think like, oh, do I want to make a movie? No, those fuckers have to put train tracks and do all these things. No, that's too hard, man. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, I'm going over that right now, dude.
I bet.
I keep talking myself out of doing shit all the fucking time, dude.
It's like it's got to be so deliberate. You've got to write. You got to plan it out. You got to do all this stuff. I'm like, no, bro. If I'm making a movie, it's going to be either handheld or found footage or some kind of kinky shit that I do by myself in
Yeah.
the mirror. Okay, stop it. I would never do anything gross.
Oh my
Matthew.
goodness. I'm just picturing you in the mirror right now.
So is everybody else. You're welcome.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Hot. All right, man. Hey, so yeah, I feel like okay, so this is the last thing I'll say. I am not a fan of watching Last House on the Left over and over and over, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy watch. I guess neither is the Virgin Spring, but you can appreciate I appreciate the look and the feel of it, the subtlety over the just the exploitation part of it, right? So, and
Yeah.
I'm pumped that I saw it because I really enjoyed it. I do like Last House on the Left, but it's not. It's like, why would you watch I Spit on Your Grave over and over and over? What does that say about your psyche or something like that, right? I think.
Well, are you watching it with Joe Bob Briggs commentary or just
Yes, on
watching
the DVD.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that actually.
That's my favorite commentary track of any movie I've ever seen.
You know what?
I've
That is
watched
an amazing
that
one.
so many times.
Yes,
with
I have too.
just Joe Bob.
Do you know what's so funny too? Is I mean, and this is stupid as hell, but like one of my favorite commentaries because it's so like stupid and silly is Jason versus Freddy, like or Freddy versus Jason with Freddy, with Robert Englund, and I don't know who else is on it because Robert Englund talks the whole fucking time, but it's just like it cracks me up. He's just going off, just joking around.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's the greatest movie, of course. I mean, I like it, but it's like watching that just cracks me up.
Yeah, I wanted that movie to happen because honestly, the first Freddy versus Jason is actually Last House on the Left when you really think about it.
Yes, with
But
all the yes,
with all the Sean and the Wes, but like I had been like pining for Freddy versus Jason since I was a kid.
Duh.
So like when that finally happened, like they could have seriously just rolled out a cart of shit and I would have just been jumping up and down anyway.
Dude, it's so
Like,
funny because that came out in 2003, and I remember watching it, being like I'm a married man at this time. Like I'm an adult, right? This comes out, and we had all this shit. There was one lady like just exploitative nudity in the first one. Here you go, woo! And I'm like, yeah. And it wasn't great, but I fucking loved it, and I loved it to this day.
yeah, I saw it in the theaters like
Yeah, hell yeah.
4 or 5 times, dude. Like,
No way.
Yeah, I just kept going back. I kept trying to get other people to come with me. I'm like, no, it's fine. Come on, let's go.
That's great.
But yeah.
I saw it at the theater once. I was just like, I bought the DVD, and then it's a match made in heaven for forever and always, and will continue to be.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's all we got. You got anything else for the folks? I will say one thing. Go to corpsecollective.com, okay? Go to youtube.corpsecollective.com. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. You get to see this handsome meat castle. You get to see I just shaved, so I'm looking pretty,
Yeah, same. I trimmed.
Yeah, I just trimmed the sides. Like you have a head of hair though. I have to shave my head and wear a hat, or else it's ridiculous how bald I am, brother. It's like I've got a round head though. Check that out.
Look at that. That is a very geometrically pleasing skull.
Can you imagine being bald and not having a geometrically pleasing skull?
Or just like a big flat spot on the back because your mama never picked you up when you cried. Like, oh my God.
I feel like that wouldn't even be your biggest issue if that were the case. If you want to send any feedback, send it to mike@cadaverlab.com. Matthew, thank you so much for joining me.
Speaking of feedback.
Oh, let's hear it.
Speaking of feedback, I don't know, like you can maybe cut this out if you want, but do you want to talk about like silly comments that you get on the YouTube?
I mean, I don't really check those very often. I did get wait. Oh, we did get one.
Yeah, there was that one and I was just dying. And
no, bring that up.
God.
Bring that up because I can't remember what it was. Shoot, let me look at it.
God. Like, because I used to like totally like troll people who tried to troll and like get into shit with them. And then like I used to do videos where all I would do was just read bad comments and just laugh at fuckers.
Well, okay.
But I know it also like fans the flame of people going, oh, if I say something mean, they'll do a thing about me.
That was a little while ago. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here it is. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. Dark Cloud 2442. Here we go. What the fuck did YouTube want me to watch? Sorry, boys, but you guys are lost or forgetting the time it never was. Bro, you used to wait in line in the story? The guy in front of you watched porn on his phone? No, he's pissed drunk buying a Playboy looking at your sister weird with the body in his trunk. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. You would point it out and your parents would say, just leave old Tony alone. Something happened to him after the military. By the way, this is long. Something happened to him after the military and you went off about your day. So please don't act like shit was better in the good old days because that shit never happened. God bless, but the fact that you didn't see true horror around you means that you have nothing to offer on horror as an art form. So please stop trying to be real because you're trying is 0.001%. And all I said was lol. Okay, buddy.
Dude, it's so awesome.
Like what okay, so let's talk about this guy. Did Last House on the Left happen to him? Why is he so mad?
He's so mad. He like I don't want to say he's intoxicated, but the spelling and the grammar of this is a bit you know. You know what's funny?
This
was a late night watch for this guy. For Dark Cloud.
Brother, I love it so much. The thing is okay, so there's a whole I don't know if you've heard of something called Twitter. It's now called X. Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of football games, they end kind of late, right? When certain people are intoxicated. And I've made it kind of a job of mine to get on there in that case and just like troll the shit out of people. Cause I'm just like, oh man, this is great. I'm just doing this. And that's what he was obviously doing.
Yeah. But like, I mean, he has the numbers. He crunched the math, and like I said, like this is how much effort you guys are putting into this, and I have the exact decimal fucking percentage.
0.001. I'm not gonna lie to you. I grew up in a place called Farmington, Utah. It was ideal. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and think that either there was never a dead body in the back of the car, or the people at the line at the gas station or whatever weren't silly and stupid enough to let everybody know. I'm not sure how Dark Cloud 2442 knew.
Yeah.
But God bless them.
Yeah, like some bad things happen to people and like they get mad when other people have the privileged life of just being poor or like whatever the fuck the privilege we have is,
or having a decent growing up when we were young and we didn't have to deal with guys like Tony who had dead shit in his trunk. By the way, I forgot about this because the good old days never happened. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everyone.
We should have done a whole episode on this. I forgot about this. This is excellent.
Well, no, but like, like you don't see like a bunch of bicycles on someone's lawn anymore.
No,
Like
you
nobody
don't.
goes anywhere. No one
No,
does anything,
no.
and like, yes, it's great that we have the world at our fingertips and we don't have to go to 17 fucking video stores to
Right,
find a copy of Last House on the Left.
right.
But at the same time, like that was a whole different thing. And people who remember that are going to have nostalgic feelings about it. It's
I'm
just how it
I'm not
is.
gonna go to his thing and see if I can find. Oh, okay. So he's got nothing there.
Yeah.
But I was hoping I could get like I was hoping we could go into like therapy mode and be
Yeah.
like, brother.
Because normally when someone does something like that, you go to their page and you see like, oh, they just have a bunch of shorts of them putting together an AK-47. That's fun. you know?
And you're like, oh, by the way, sorry, brother. You're right. Don't shoot me,
Yeah.
you dumb bitch.
Yeah, but that was just some fun thing. I couldn't like because I tried to put the link for the Lovecraft video on my last live stream,
Uh-huh.
and for some reason YouTube just wasn't letting me save any
Okay.
links that I was putting into the description, and I was getting all fucking mad. So then I went to the video
Yeah.
and I was like letting it play while I was like trying to fix YouTube, and then I
Yeah,
was just like kind of looking through the thing and I saw that comment and
what
I
the
was just
shit?
like,
I totally forgot
oh,
about that. I'm glad you brought that up because
that
I
was
read
just
that and I'm just
good.
like, oh, like are all of the listeners that upset? We still get more listeners on the audio than we do on YouTube yet, but do YouTube. I'd like to
Mhm.
get, YouTube. I'd like to kind of get everybody on YouTube, but I don't know how it works. Can you get can you
What's the
like,
subscriber count right now?
oh, I'm at 763.
Getting there.
Well,
Just ranking that up.
I've been, I've been trying for a while. I've been doing videos for about a year, but I kind of got serious about it in August. I'm like, shit, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
So go ahead and I should have said this in the beginning, but go like and subscribe and stuff like that. But no, for real. So if you have if you want to bust our ass like that, send it. You can comment it on YouTube. We'll get it. But you can send it to Mike at Cadaver Lab. Any kind of thing. I don't know. We used to do voicemails, but I'll have to
Yeah.
figure out how to do that on this. I think I might have to get another. Actually, I know how I could do it, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
until we
And
do
if,
them,
and if you can, go over to at Matt Wall on
yes,
YouTube as well. And
yes.
that would be fun.
I
All
watched some of
sorts of
your
fun shit.
I used to watch some of your morning discussions, and I'm like, this guy's pretty chill. He's just having a
Yeah.
great morning. He's doing some
Sometimes
stuff.
I just like to do live streams, and then I'll do like live streams for the members and we'll just hang out and talk a little more real,
Yeah, but
you know.
you're also super famous, and I'm just some jackass.
Oh my God, stop.
No, Matthew Creeperson. You're a world famous artist, world famous musician, world famous movie maker. I will not listen to this blasphemy that you're giving me shit up right now. Don't just stop it. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I
Okay.
got to be so mean to you.
Thank you. No, it's okay. It's someone needs to do it to me that's not my girlfriend. So that's fine. Oh, I was going to ask you, did the missus watch Virgin Spring with you?
No, she did not, because I watched it late at night. So she goes
Mhm.
she goes to bed really early, and I'm like, what the shit? I'm not. It's like still single digits. I ain't going to bed yet. But no, so I watched that one first because I hadn't seen it. I was looking forward to seeing it. But she did
Yeah.
watch the. I should have switched it. Like I should have.
Oh, she watched Last
Yeah,
House
she
with
watched
you?
Last House
Oh
with
my
me.
God.
And she's just like, huh? Do you like that? Oh, okay, cool. You just like that the whole time. She's like, I go, look, and she'll just be like, That's her favorite noise to make. I'm like, do that again.
And you're going to talk for an hour and a half about this?
Yes.
Yeah. What exactly are you going to say?
Oh, that's pretty brutal. Seems like something I'd want to talk about too. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, okay, sweetheart, I love you
Oh,
too.
God.
Okay, man. All right, like I said,
Yeah.
corpsecollective.com. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube. YouTube would be my favorite. Trying to build that up. We're on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, everything where fine podcasts are found. But man, I think that's all I got about this. Got to talk about this movie. Thanks again
Yeah.
for coming on. We'll have to come up with a good Christmassy theme for next time, because I got to tell you, brother, It's my favorite time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Some people have even said.
So, what Christmas horror movies have you not done a podcast about?
I don't know. We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
But
yeah,
but I don't know why I love that shit. It's like I like it better than Halloween horror movies. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. We'll when does that Silent Night, Deadly Night come out? Maybe we'll do another like look at the new one's not going to have Linnea Quigley. It's not going to have Linnea Quigley titties in it.
Yeah.
So might as well just be worthless. All right. So for the Corpse Cast, we'll catch you guys later.